Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and guys, I have done this intro for 25 minutes, literally 25 minutes, and I'm telling you what, planes, trains, automobiles, Wicked Witch of the West on her broomstick, everybody just keeps flying by, and I cannot, I cannot get a good take. So I'm just gonna dive right in and keep moving through it, and if somebody or something happens to drive by in the background, I'm so sorry, but I need to play with this palette. It's just, I need to. So let's go ahead and discuss Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Storm. I love Dominique Cosmetics. I will tell you right now, overall, I have found the consistency and the quality from one palette to the next to be beautiful. The way that their mattes blend out, they are so rich and vibrant and creamy. Their shimmers also very creamy, very rich in opacity, and just so stunning. So when I saw this was getting released, this is the first time we are really seeing a colorful palette from Dominique Cosmetics, and I'm really excited about that because I like that it's a beautiful, cohesive palette when you put it together. And I'm going to dive into obviously like my thoughts, opinions, and whatnot on the color story, the layout, and so on and so forth. But I do want to tell you guys, I did also watch her release video, the one from Dominique, the creator of this palette, which I will go ahead and link up here if you guys want to see it. So some of what I'm saying I will be paraphrasing from her video, but if you like to see the original source, you can check that out. Now, as far as her idea or concept behind this, she actually said that she's a big fan of Zodiac and that sort of thing, and that's kind of where Celestial came from, that whole concept of things. And what I really like about this, just opening it up and looking at everything, I love how as a unit this entire palette really flows. Like, it has a nice depth to it. It has this deep sultry moment. You can see it in the packaging up front, but then when you open it up, you still get these beautiful bright pops that are very workable together, but they also look so beautiful standalone. And again, I'm going to get more into that here when we talk swatches and whatnot in a second. So let's go ahead first, and I actually want to open up the Dominique Cosmetics website, which is where I picked this up at. It is a $44 palette, and then the little short description here says this is a 12 shade palette that ranges from vibrant pops of color to everyday tones, including a variety of mattes, foils, duochromes, and toppers. Now, one of the things I want you guys to really notice and take emphasis on while you are looking at those swatches up close is the way that these colors work not only on their own, but with several other colors around them. Because diving into the layout, that was something that I really loved about how she explained it in her video, is that these are designed to be an eye look up and down, meaning these two go together, these two go together, so on and so forth down the palette, but you can also use them diagonally and they will work just fine that way as well. And for me, that was something I was a big fan of, because when I looked at this, my initial first thought before I saw her video, before I did anything, I opened this up and I went, holy cow, these are easy colors to pair together for an easy eye look. And again, you guys know me, I'm a big believer in an easy eye look. I think that you should only need 1, 2, maybe 3 colors, maybe 1 or 2 brushes, and you can do a lot with that. And I'm just not a big fan of this whole overcomplicated eye look. We need 25 brushes and 32 shades, and we need Jesus to come down and splash us with holy water from the heavens. Like, I'm not all about that. And so for me, when I saw this and I saw that it was something that was so easy and so curated to be easy, I was a big fan of that. All right, beautiful people, don't mind me here. It's been a minute. I just cut myself off while I was talking. I was like, Paige, quit. Nobody cares what you're saying right now. Everybody just wants you to apply. So I went ahead, I moved the camera in, obviously, I applied some bake, and you'll be seeing a video on all of this later, so don't mind me with that. Then I went ahead and I took some Tarte Shape Tape, carved out the brows a little, and I'm going to also use that to prime the lids. And then we're going to get to some shadows because that's what we're excited about today. Now, as previously stated, I'm really excited about the ease and the workability of this palette. So where I'm going to get started is with the shade Astrid Lust, which is this really beautiful purple right here. And we're starting with that shade on the Morphe M504, which is just a nice big old fluffy crease brush right here. And I am going to re-pat out that concealer one more time. And I'm going to basically take and just fluff this color all the way through the crease and onto the lid, because again, I really want to test the theory of ease with these shadows and see how cohesive they are, how they apply. Now, in the past, again, I have mentioned that her shades blend and buff beautifully. So am I worried about it? No. Because I really love this color. I feel like it's a beautiful balance between, hey, yes, we want some purple, but we don't want it to be like unusable clown purple. Like, we want it to be beautiful and usable. Oh my gosh. And then with that same brush, I'm just kind of lightly going to tap that onto the lid as well here. Now, it doesn't have to be fully saturated on the lid because I'm going to be putting a shimmer there as well, but I just want there to be a nice base. Oh wow, that's pretty. That is a beautiful, not patchy, super easy to use shade, and it blends out really nicely too. Like, I'm really blending it up into that brow, and it looks really pretty. All right, so I went ahead and I moved you guys out just a little bit because you were too close. So from here, where do I want to go? And I was kind of thinking, you know, I could test this up and down theory, but rather than do that, I would rather take this little hit of blue right here because this color I just think is so gorgeous. But for those of you that are new here, one of the ways that I apply shimmer, regardless of what it is, the opacity, how it sticks, so on and so forth, I always go in with a glitter glue because I have very inhospitable eyelids. And if you have a difficulty with getting shimmers to stick and getting them to stick around all day, this is amazing. It will amplify them a little bit as far as the opacity, but it is worth it because they stick and it just looks beautiful. So I'm going to take just a little bit of this on my finger here and apply that to the center of the lid. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit of that beautiful shimmer there, Stargaze, and I am going to press that all over the lid. Oh, wow, that's pretty. Okay. Yeah, these colors look gorgeous together. Okay, no arguments from this girl. And I'm going in as well, just a little bit extra and kind of building it up on the lid. And I'm taking it from the inner and lightly dusting it kind of all the way towards the outer and then just blending it with a clean finger. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm just gonna ask, is anybody else getting like slight Mimi from the Drew Carey Show vibes right now in this color combo? I don't know if it's just me, but I'm really feeling my best Mimi life right now. And I'm not mad at it because that's really, really pretty. Now, over top of that, I do want to take a little bit of Eternal Light right here. This was the topper shade. And I'm not gonna take any excess glitter glue. I'm just gonna kind of pop that right in the center. Oh my God, that shade's gorgeous. I believe it was in her video, she said that this shade is the one, I'm taking this all the way to the brow bone, by the way. She said that this shade would really help transform other shades and just give a little hit of like diamond dusty glitter to them. This is a very, very glittery, intense shade. And then to go in and blend that out just a freckle, I'm going to go back in with that Morphe brush here and lightly kind of blend through, no additional product, but I'm just gonna blend through that crease just to soften it a little bit, but you still get that nice kind of shot of light that goes up toward the brow. Oh wow, that's pretty. Now I will say something to keep in mind while you're feeling these, if you pick this palette up and you're used to her other formulas, something you will want to kind of remember is that while you're working with these, because so many of these shimmer shades in here are not her traditional shimmer formula, while you're working with them, they don't feel like that same consistency. For example, the shade Fireball, which is right here, this has the same really luxe, rich, creamy shimmer feel. Obviously it is a duochrome, but it's the same type of consistency we're used to. But if you're playing with the shades like Stargaze or Eternal Light, they feel a little bit more chunky and a little bit less emphasized. They just don't have that same kind of feel that the other typical shimmers we're used to having. And it is okay that that's happening because these are not designed to be the same type of consistency. They're meant to have more of a glitter chunk to them or be a little bit more duochromed or be a little bit more of a topper and have a different feel to them. So I just wanted to point that out if you are like me, someone who wasn't necessarily expecting that, something to keep in mind. But on the lower lash line, I'm going to take this BH brush. It's from the Rose Quartz collection, and I'm going to take this orange shade, which is Lunar Eclipse, and I'm going to run that on the lower. Oh, I barely touched that. Did you see the level of? Do you see the level of orange on my under eyes right now? Holy bejesus. Okay, so go in very light-handed. Wow. There is some definite pigment there. Okay, I did not expect that. Holy cow, that is beautiful. Now I just wiped that brush off and I'm going in with Storm Dust, which is the darker shade right next door. I'm gonna throw that one on the outer V on the bottom. I'm actually really loving the level of, yes, I could go neutral, but I could also go fun with this palette. Now what I'm actually gonna do is stop here. This is going to be one eye look, basically complete. Obviously I would do lashes and an inner eye highlight, but I wanna try one more color combo out of this palette just to see, again, that workable feel, and I want to do it on the more neutral side this time. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of give you guys a shot. This would be, again, not finished completely. I would probably pop something bright down here in the inner eye, brow bone, that whole thing, but this is like more of the bright colorful side. And now I'm going to go ahead and wipe this off and go in with something different on the top just for fun. All right, so I went ahead and I got all of that removed, and if you happen to see some purple like lingering around in my brows, I apologize, girl. She was just everywhere. But anyways, I do want to try something really quick on the more neutral side just for fun, because I really love the shade Storm Dust right here. I thought that was such a gorgeous color, and I really like that it's a brown but like with that red brick undertone. I just think it'll look so gorgeous with so many other colors. So I'm taking that here on the Morphe Y16, and I am just going to, I think, apply that toward more so the outer V. Oh wow, the pigment is, holy crap. Okay, you are a real color, honey bunches. Let's go ahead and just work that out. And I think I'm going to keep this one on the outer V a little bit more and just kind of work it into this region and really deepening this up a little. Because I still want to do a nice easy look, but I think I want this one to be a little bit more traditional to how I do my eyeshadow, which is a little bit of depth on the outer V, something brighter on the inner V kind of thing, just to mix it up because I did the last one all over the lid. And then I'm also just kind of taking and connecting it on the bottom where I had the outer V done down there and just kind of connecting the two a little bit. I think I also want to take a freckle of the orange shade we put on the bottom here, the Lunar Eclipse, and I want to take some of that and work it through this inner portion right here. I'm not going to go in super heavy, even though, oh, never mind, it's really rich in pigment. Well, I'm going to take it and put it there, but girl, I wanted it to be a little lighter than that, but hello, pigment. And I'm just going to take and work that into this front section here a little bit. I'm not going to overdo it because I don't want this area to be deep. I just want there to be a little something to blend my shimmer shade into because I'm going to throw a shimmer like right through here. Oh, uh-oh, mayday. On this side I grabbed way too much. Holy cow, this shade is rich. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to do that. To be honest, I just really love this shade. I guess I don't really care if it's too much because it doesn't matter. It's pretty. I like it. And then from here, I'm going to grab, you guys guessed it, glitter glue, and I'm going to take and throw that all over the inner portion of the eye, but I really want to take it nice and wide because if you remember, before I over applied that orange, I wanted this up here to be like nice and bright and open. So we're still going to do that. We're just going to take the glitter glue and run it all up there. Again, if you don't need glitter glue, you don't have to use it. This is my preferred method. But I'm going to grab the shade Solstice, which is right here on my fingers. This is more of a duochrome, and it has this really beautiful like pink reflect to it. And it's just so pretty. It does feel a little bit more so on like the topper kind of side, very similar to Eternal Light. So while you feel it and are applying it, it does have much less of that smooth kind of consistency and opacity. But just keep in mind, again, it is designed to be that way. And I'm taking it and building it up just because I like taking toppers and building them to see if they work or if they just get really thick and chunky. And these build up beautifully as well. Holy cow. And I'm taking and running that all the way back. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of Eternal Light, which is the light shade. And we're going to pop that on the inner portion. Y'all know when I do my eyeshadow, honey, I'm all about finger paints. I'm like, yes, honey, just paint me down, make me round. Ooh, honey. Now I do want to maintain just a little bit of depth back here. So I think I'm going to grab some Fireball, which is the really pretty shiny shade. I'm just going to throw that back here because why not? Again, I'm just finger painting. I'm having a good time. And that shade, as you can tell, super rich in opacity compared to the other two. So I didn't go in with any glitter glue or anything. I just went in and lightly applied it. And now I'm just kind of shearing it out over the back half of my lid. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. And those three shades are so beautiful together. Out of my Rach Loves Pixie palette, I'm just going to grab the shade Clutch. And then over top of that, I'll grab the BH brush and go in with that Ethereal Light and give it just that little bit of a glitter pop. There she is, all up on the brow bone. Now I'm going to go ahead and run off of camera and I will be back to give you some final thoughts as well as a finished look. So hang tight and I will be right back. And alright, beautiful people, I am back. The rest of my makeup is on and this is how everything came together. And I am a huge fan of how this look turned out. I feel like it's just on the cusp of being like vampy but really deep. You could also lighten it up, go more light daytime neutral. You could deepen it up a little more, add some fake lashes if you want to. Y'all know that's not really my thing, but add some liner, maybe a winged liner or something, and you could even take it that step farther. And I just feel like it's such a nice, like developed and transient, and it has this really pretty movement to it. I'm a fan. So what do I think of this entire palette as a whole to round out this video? Guys, I'm really impressed. I think my favorite thing about this is the texture quality to it. There's a lot that you can do in that way that will really move it around. You have really beautiful silky mattes that are her traditional formula that I love, but then when we get into kind of the shimmery slash light scattering ones, I think those are just truly what shine in this palette, which I think is really fitting for the theme, you know, Celestial Storm, Galaxy, that whole thing. Because I love that there are duochromes in here. There's regular shimmers, there's that nice consistency, but then you also have this little of like a glitter topper and just a little bit of something extra. And I feel like from start to finish, if you're trying to build an eye look, that's probably my favorite aspect, is that not only does it have these beautiful shades in it, and there's some of them are really bright and bold and beautiful, then there's neutrals and there's all of that, but the textures really flow nicely with the different colors in this palette. And I think that's something really unique. I feel like all too often we see brands or people try to create a palette and they're like, oh, well, I want to do this topper, but I'm going to make it lime green. And it's like, where's the wearable factor of that? Like, how is that going to pair with anything else in that palette? Whereas with this one, I feel like it was literally curated to work with this color, and all of the other colors in one way or another. And that's just something I really love, and I look for that time and time again. I think my second favorite thing about this palette is that it addresses my favorite personal thing about eyeshadow. Quick and simple. I like things to be paired. I like them to be ready to go. And I think with this palette, that's exactly what you're getting. You are getting something that down the way you can be like, hey, you know what? I like this. Boom. I want to be done in 5 minutes. All over the lid, in the center of the lid. I'm done. Add some mascara. I'm out the door. And you can still have that nice bright pop. Or you can go to this end and be like, you know what? I want something a little different. Maybe I'm feeling some gray and I just want to take this glitter topper, throw that all over. And there is a lot of workability to that side of it as well. That's just really quick and easy. And you don't have to put a lot of thought into it, which I think is really nice. Whether you are someone who's just really busy and you want something quick and simple, or maybe you're new to makeup and you're trying to learn that color combo, this is a really easy way for you to go that route. Now for me, do I think it's worth it? Honestly, I really enjoy it. I think that what I appreciate about it more than anything is that when she cultivated this thing, she didn't just say, hey, I'm going to give you a palette. She said, hey, I'm going to give you a palette that has, 12 to 18 to 20 different eye looks that are really quick, very simple, and something that several people across several different technical application levels can do. And for me, that's something that when I look at a palette like this, I'm really gravitated towards, is just the creator's intention with it. It's not just a palette that's like, here you go, do what you want. You can do anything. It's like, hey, I did the work for you. I put a lot of thought into this, and I want you to get as much use as you can out of it. By all means, mix the colors, but also I've already put them together for you to kind of help you with that. So for me, I really love that aspect of it, but I would love to hear from you guys down below. What do you think of the palette? Were you curious about it? Do you like my eye looks? What are your opinions? Drop them down below. And while you're down there, do not forget, you can also check me out on Instagram and on Twitter. They are both linked down in the description. And if you haven't done so yet, you can also subscribe and turn on your post notifications to this here YouTube channel. I do upload 5 videos a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They go up bright and early between 6 and 7 a.m. my time here in Northern Michigan. And it's just a fun way. We hang out. We talk about old makeup, makeup we love, makeup we don't love, whatever's going on in the world of makeup. We talk about it and we play with it, and it's a good time. So subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and you guys, that is it. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige. This is Seeking Alexandria. And guys, I have done this intro 75 times, and then on the last one, things were going so good, and a plane flew by. What? Flew by? So is my hair a little flat? Yes. Do I love that? No. Oh, that didn't help. Paige, where are you going? Coming back from the bar at 3 a.m.? What's happening here? But for me, one of the things that really got me excited... Okay. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige. This is Seeking Alexandria. Hello everybody. Who am I? Does it make me a narcissist to want to look at myself? Yes, it does. Don't care, can't care. Ooh, ooh, ooh.